Hello there and welcome back to Najd. Actually been a little while, but I believe we were starting to cause some trouble over here last time, and we'll probably continue on that very same note. A little bit of colonization check here. Baluchistan and the Mamluks, Syria. Not really anything troublesome thus far. We'll probably have to deal with Khorasan though. I'm pretty sure that I actually want them to hand over a couple of provinces that should be part of Baluchistan, and well, I could potentially have them hand over the rest to the Timurids, but probably don't want to do that. I could always have them release Afghanistan or the Mughals. No, that actually requires 100%, so we'll probably do that next time then. Let's see, otherwise, is there anything else we want to cause or start causing some trouble here? Myanmar. If I can vassalize these guys, or at least forcefully somehow vassalize these guys, for example, annex them. So yeah, there's a lot of targets in this area, and we should probably start worrying a little bit about Persia too. Try and get Karakonli going, and so forth. But we'll have to see what we'll do. For now, we'll be a little bit careful. Apparently, the Ottomans, as long as I can keep them as my ally, I have no idea why they feel threatened by my presence, but that'll deal with someone else. I'm a little bit unsure how this will actually work. If I'll get into a war with getting into war with Tunisia is probably a good thing. Forceful vassalization over there. The Mamluks take Barca, take Faim, take Sukin and Karga. Should work out just fine. Baluchistan, they are my vassals, so I'm pretty sure they can't actually join the war against me, even though they are in the coalition. So we'll have to see what will happen, but for now we'll most likely just try and get Baluchistan, those two back, and then we will, well, just continue going east, I guess. Arkan is potentially also a target here, but we'll have to see. I'll probably go for expansion idea next, thanks to permanent cast of battle against less advanced nations in Asia. And, well, other than that, not really much to do. We should potentially also start causing a little bit of trouble against these guys. So, I think I'll actually send a force down there. Are these just... no, they were mostly just mercenaries, but we'll most likely change out every mercenary army with a regular one. So I'll stop chatting and we'll get going. This will be the piece that we'll be going for here. We'll be taking one province ourselves, which we will sell to Baluchistan. They do have a claim to Ghazni, so with that we are growing them pretty fast. Ghazni will be sold to these guys. Let's see here, economy, sell. Yeah, we're still at war. I forgot. With I declared war on Swahili with the goal of taking Lamu and Malindi. So I'll mostly just be using my mercs here to siege, and with that in mind, we should be able to pull this off pretty much without any problems at all. I have no idea why I can't actually. Yeah, they're actually still in exile for some weird, inexplicable reason. Some of them. So yeah, let's see, who can we actually, we can't join those two up, so they'll be waiting here. No, it's actually the exile units. Yeah, then you guys can wait. We'll send you guys up there to get yourselves out of exile. It's a little bit ridiculous that you can't actually get the units out of exile when they're standing in provinces that more or less are yours through a vassal, which I find a little bit weird, but even so, it's I guess it's how it simply have to be. So I'll be finishing this war against Swahili, and then we'll see what we'll do. Unfortunately, we got ourselves in a Regency Council, lost a point of stability, not surprising, and well, it's only an older guy. It's a good guy though, so we shouldn't be complaining. Hopefully it will help. We'll also go for a better reputation over time guy, and a morale of armies guy, I guess. We have the money, so it should be just fine. Also, not really that much going on, but we should, I think, act on our claims against the Mamluks pretty soon. We're still at war with Swahili, just finishing up sieges should be enough to get ourselves into peace. Not really anything we need to haste with, thanks to the fact that we now have all that there now is, how can I put it, a Regency Council. So we have 2 years now to get this one done. Shouldn't really take that long though. So we'll see how it turns out. We'll simply make it easy and go for this piece. As you can see, the only one who will actually be upset is Swahili and the Mamluks. So on that note, we are pretty much set to to make things right, so to speak. There we go. We have taken 2 more provinces from them. I think we'll actually just go ahead and call these. It's probably for the best. And I'll probably wait a little bit with, well, what I like to call the missionaries or the religious ideas. We have the one we want here, which allows us to clear one anyone, and we'll most likely just wait for level 10 and then take expansion ideas to get started on the eastern parts and to try and get them conquered more or less. So with that in mind, we'll now be coring those 2. We'll be saving up a little bit more cash, I think. Most likely try to get ourselves or our armies less dependent on mercs and more simply purely our own troops. So that is what I'll be doing now while we wait for the Regents Council to end. Apparently the Timurids are... I was hoping Kazan would take a province or 2 from them, but apparently that is not the case. If they just take a little bit more here, I can potentially vassalize them. And if I actually can vassalize these guys, I would be able to put myself in a much better position, because then I can basically have Najd here, Persia, so forth, just hand over their provinces to, well, I could always attack them and hand these over to Baluchistan, but I'm pretty sure I'll get some aggressive expansion then against the Ottomans. Alliance with Najd, not interested really, unfortunately for them. But yeah, as I said, we'll be trying to cut down on the use of mercs, simply because of the fact that it's extremely expensive to actually have those mercs as a standing army. So we'll be building at least some new troops, probably 2 new 12,000 man armies that we'll be keeping up here. We'll probably also be cutting a little bit down on these guys, doing the exact same thing, getting rid of the mercs, and otherwise just building proper troops here. Let's see, those are 3,000 regulars. We'll build 3 more, and a couple cavalry and a couple mortars. So hopefully we can now avoid a war until we have gotten our army rebuilt. So we'll see how it goes. There we go. We finally have a pretty good ruler with Abdullah I Saud, and he has 554. So he's basically as good as they come. We have a mediocre heir though. Basically he is average, average republic. We have a couple of rebels though that needs to be dealt with, and also we will be well, doing just that, but most likely be using ships to transport the troops around a lot, thanks to well, rebels, everything, so forth. I did not want to do that. I wanted to attach it to the ship, and I want to send the ship up there. So there we go. We'll also go to war against pretty soon against the Mamluks, I think. I think we should be fine on just going after Fahm, Karga, Barke, and basically everything here. Then we can fabricate claims on the rest and go for the annexation in 3 wars' time. Syria will be, of course, a enemy. It's actually quite tempting to forcefully vassalize them, and hopefully, once we actually get into a position where we'll wage war on the Ottomans, have them get these 4 provinces back. But all in due time, I guess. We'll be sending our troops now up there. 12,000 men should be enough actually to wage war on the Mamluks too, but we'll wait until, well, some of our men have been armies have been rebuilt, so to speak. I did do quite a lot of changes in terms of army forces, thanks to the fact that I dismissed basically every single one of my what's their name? Every single one of my mercenary units to get proper units, so to speak. So we'll be using them to our advantage here, but the boats for now we'll be sending back and forth. Delhi and an ally in the east could potentially be a good move. So yeah, I'll probably go for this one. Having Delhi as an ally is probably a positive move. It'll at least make me a little bit safer right there. Level 10 military attack was still, well, actually far ahead of the Ottomans even, and everyone else in the area, which is kind of weird, to be honest. I'm a little bit unsure if I can actually peacefully vassalize these guys, but it looks like I potentially can. No, the base tax is just too different, so we'll probably go for an aggressive vassalization of them. We also have gotten some better cannons, which is always a good thing, and better maneuver. So hopefully with this we can now start causing a little bit more trouble for, well, everyone we do not like. So we'll see how this turns out. I guess the time has come where we will be declaring another war against the Mamluks. If the Ottomans or someone else actually joins in, the Ottomans will join in. so they'll basically deal with Syria and most likely Tunisia as well. If I can forcefully vassalize Tunisia in this war too, that would be great. That will basically put me in North Africa, more or less, and it'll also put me closer to a possibility of where I can actually start westernization. I'm a little bit unsure if this actually counts as a border or not. Probably not, but at least I can hope. Although I could always go after then Venice, Hungary, some Provence, even Galicia, just a single province in this area, which I can use to westernize. So we'll be declaring war now on these guys with the goal of taking these 5 provinces, I guess. Quina, Sukin. Fine. By taking these 3 at least, I can then forge a claim on. I'll probably take these 4. Forge a claim on Cairo, and then that'll allow me to get rid of the Mamluks once and for all. Once we actually take them, I'm pretty sure we are in a basically driver's seat here. I'm a little bit unsure if I can start the annexation of Ethiopia. I can. Can I start the annexation of Baluchistan? Probably not. I'll still wait 4 more years. We'll go for a royal marriage though, although I already have crappily low legitimacy. And we'll also be going for, I'll send one guy there to simply improve the relations so that I can start annexation as soon as possible, because, well, annexing this area over here should allow me to get Khorasan, for example, as my vassal, most likely even, if I'm lucky, the Timurids, because if I can at least vassalize these guys one way or another, taking provinces that other people have claims to, handing it over to them. Apparently they have claims to everything here, so or own everything there. We'll have to see how we'll actually go ahead and pull that off. But for now, we also apparently Persia has gotten rid of most of their claim. But Khorasan, for example, I can take 2 Persian provinces if I can peacefully vassalize them for change. So we'll see how this actually turns out. But for now, we'll be going westward, trying to take Morocco, Algeria, Tunisia, basically North Africa, and also trying to go a little bit more east. We can actually see Soaming and everything here. Daviet is Champa. There are a lot of targets here, but it depends on how we can actually pull it off. Taking Arakan, for example, could be potentially a very good idea. We have discovered Asa, so that's a bug, I guess. Champa, who are your allies? Champa doesn't have any allies, so they can warn them on basically just no reason at all. Declaring war, vassalizing them, or annexing, converting, and then vassalizing them could potentially also be one way of doing things. But for now, the Mamluks are basically who we will attack. We have to wait for that guy to get home though. So there we go. Time to get this going. Ottomans will join in, so we're at least done on that score. We'll take Sirkin, I believe. And apparently the Mamluks also have some problems with pretender rebels, or had at least. So we'll just simply be splitting this one up in this, I think, and that should be enough to siege everything, siege at least most of the things. The Ottomans will help out. Pretty sure they'll deal with Syria. So we'll see how this turns out. It should be a fun little war. I think we'll go for conquer Basra. I believe that is one of these provinces. Fame no. What the hell is Basra? No, it's probably no. That one. So no, we'll not be going that. I think we'll either go enemy of our enemy is Golden Horde, so they should be our friend. Well, I'll basically have one guy up here then, just being or creating peaceful relations. So I'll be sending him up there for the duration of this war. As you can see, we have started the siege of most of the lands here. The only real problem here is that these guys are coming with heavy artillery. Not fret, however, because we have, or at least I have, apparently command of the Ottomans with 1,000-man army of horses. So can't really complain on that score. But yeah, we'll be sieging here, just starting to cause some trouble and see how it turns out. There we go. We have reached Admin Tech 8. And with it we get the workshop in courthouse, basically 2 new buildings, nothing else, but still, it's interesting, it is beneficial, and all in all, I'm a little bit unsure if I should actually force them to release Tripoli and then peacefully vassalize them as well. That could potentially be a very good move, but we'll at least forcefully vassalize Tunisia here, so we'll see how that turns out. But for now, we simply have to wait a little bit until this war is over, more or less. Unfortunately, it seems that my heir has died, and I'm a little bit unsure how this will actually affect me in terms of, well, that didn't really happen. Got a new guy right away, and he's far better than the guy who was potentially going to be the one. So we'll go for vassalizing these guys, take a little bit of cash. Apparently, the only ones who will get pissed are the Mamluks and Swahili. I have checked; LTGS have no aggressive expansion against me, but boom, I got against them as well. So apparently, the shitty thing, I guess, only shows the countries that you already have aggressive expansion with, which I find pretty damn stupid, to be honest. If the only thing that shows are who's already pissed at you, then you don't have any idea about who will actually feel like killing you once you have made your move. And also I lost some stability points, as you might imagine. I have no idea why really. I lost, and I forgot why I lost it, but it was something about lose 20 army tradition, or yeah, it was that one. Lose 20 army tradition or take a stability hit. I chose to take the hit to stability rather than lose the tradition, because that's actually quite valuable in this game. So let's go here. We'll go for this, and Kariga, Barca. I believe that's everything. And apparently the only one who will really hate me for this are the Mamluks. I believe I do have enough. Give up your court on Libya. No, if the Mamluks actually arises from the Ottomans, I wouldn't care. I can have them released by Santium though. No, we'll just leave it at this, I think. And there we go. The Mamluks have been cut down in size. We have gotten a lot of provinces, and I probably don't have enough admin points to core all of this. I think no, probably have. It's quite cheap actually, most of these. So there we go. What we'll be doing now is, however, fabricate claims on the remaining Mamluk provinces, these three, and I'll probably just release Tripoli and then forcefully vassalize them, or peacefully vassalize them, I guess is the word. So until the overextension has been... Wow. That is a lot of assholes, so we'll go ahead and rise it. So yeah, we'll start annexation of Baluchistan pretty soon as well. I do have to improve my relations though, so we'll be sending a guy over there. Well, there is a guy over there, aren't there? I'm pretty sure there are. Nope, there aren't. Well, it's this guy then. Annexing Vassal and Gonda. Yeah, we'll send an improved relations guy. And where did those persons rise up? 1,000 men. Wow, that has got to be a record. But we'll be sending those guys to deal with them, and that'll probably be the end of this episode. We did get some gains if you think about it. We got Baluchistan grown 2 provinces, and we also got 3 provinces really. Ethiopia has been started the annexation. We have taken 5 more provinces from the Mamluks. Mamluks will probably go down the next war. And all in all, we are making progress. The Ottomans still love me. Don't have any aggressive expansion with them. They actually feel threatened. I have no idea why. They are stronger than me by a long shot, I'm pretty sure. Let's check here. Armies total. Ottomans 75,000 men basically, and me 38. Yeah, I'm a real threat to their independence. Yeah, really. But even so, I think these guys need to, well, they'll probably deal with them on their own. But yeah, this is the end of this episode. I hope you have enjoyed it. Thank you for watching. Please leave a comment, praise, criticism, anything you feel like, and I'll see you around next time. Bye.